Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you. No need for the applause. Please, please, I do this for the people. Please. It's okay. You guys can sit down. Sit down. Take a seat. Take a seat. You guys should know this intro was at least 5 minutes long of me just running my mouth about how great I am, and I saved you from all that, so thank me later. Opinions and social media, or social media and opinions, whatever I title this, because honestly, I can't pick a damn one. Now, you may be asking, what does that mean? I'm glad you asked questionably, giving me a question. Now, that is what I'm here to talk about. Too many people can have an opinion. Did you think about that? Did you notice that? I'm sure you noticed that. See, because everybody and like their dogs just has to share their opinion and their beliefs online. And like, that's great because freedom of speech is a right we have as Americans. But does everybody have to share their speech? Like, do they have to utilize their right? I'm all for it. I'm a little more patriotic than the rest. You should have seen me in Helldivers too. I was out there on the front lines of Super Earth. I was putting down those robots, just gunning them down one after another after another. Their robot babies were not living another day to see them too. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. All those robots gone. And the bugs. God, I hate those bugs. Robots more than the bugs. Anyways, right. So like people online, obviously, the majority of opinions are going to be negative, right? Because you're more likely to say a bad experience than you are to say a good one. Like you're more likely to put 1 star on something than you are if it's a 5 star thing. Right? Like if your burger was horrible and like you saw that it had like a cat eyeball sticking out of it, you'd be like, "Oh my god, why would this even be able to be served to me?" And you probably call the health inspector. If you are having a good experience, it's like, "Oh, great. I'm going home now." Right? And that's just what social media is. So it's an echo chamber of a bunch of bad opinions or well, negative opinions for the most part, or negative speech or negative statements, whatever, right? And then you just got a bunch of things, well, things I'm saying, algorithms, and they're all pushing the negative stuff because it's engaging. You're gonna be like, oh my god, how would you be able to call a child a, I don't know if I can get banned for saying retard, but you know, this if he's a little slow, and it's like, well, that's kind of messed up. So you're probably gonna comment and be like, how could you say that to a child? That is horrible. Or you're just gonna like the post. Either way, not saying which one I do, but either way, it's usually a response that's negative or a response to a negative response. But this doesn't just go on social media and people posting on whatever is happening. No, it goes through all forms of commentary. So, like video games, for example, right? I personally have a problem when people are like, "Oh, this franchise fell off," and it's like, I don't even know if you're telling the truth or not. You could be. I don't know. Most of the time it's a franchise I don't even know about. But I'm just gonna say shut up first off, because honestly that's just annoying hearing the term fall off, because like everything's like, oh my god, everything is worse now. 2013 was the last good year, and it's like, oh my god, get a grip on your life. Not everything went wrong because a monkey died or ape, gorilla, or Harambe. Just because Harambe died doesn't mean the universe flipped upside down and everything's horrible now. Okay, you were like 5 when you would have considered it good. Is it really reasonable to say everything fell off after a certain amount of time? Or like, oh, the first or second thing in this long running franchise is the best? Like, for example, Assassin's Creed. It's a franchise I only recently got into. I really got into Assassin's Creed. I played the first, second, third, fourth. I don't know. I played a majority of the games. The ones that are RPGs or like the ones before 2016. I played a majority of them. Actually, I think I played almost. Yeah, I played a wide majority of them. Right. So the thing about that franchise is people say, oh, after the second or third game in the franchise, it fell off. When I say second or third, if you know the games, I'm talking about 2 and Brotherhood. Obviously, Revelations is horrible. It was one of the worst games ever made, ever, for sure. But people are like, oh, that was the best, and then like everything after is horrible, and it's like, and then them trying other things makes it worse, and it's like, okay, first off, if anything's been around for at least 3 iterations, and they haven't expanded in some way, shape, or form throughout the iterations, it's not doing that well. Okay, that's first and foremost. And then you call them out for switching up the way things are after a while because they've been the same way for a while. Like with Assassin's Creed, right? They end up making the games RPGs way later on down the line, around 2017, I believe. They come out with Origins, then they come out with Odyssey, then Valhalla, and they're RPGs. And they're different games. They play a bit differently than the originals. So they play differently, and people are calling it out. It's like, oh, it's horrible, it's worse, it's different, right? The main issue that people had with it was that they're calling these games Assassin's Creed, and not that the games are bad. Because it's a total swap from the franchise, from what it was to what it is now. Now, with that being said, I believe for the most part they're the better selling ones out of all of them, which is kind of surprising. You wouldn't expect the ones that people seem to dislike to be the better done ones or the better received ones. And that is social media. Right? They're telling, there's a bunch of angry dorks online that are like, oh, this is bad because it's different or blah, blah, blah. Now, the thing about that is that that's not what a lot of people think. That's just what the guy yapping on social media thinks. The guy that's just wasting his time commenting on something because he thinks his opinion's important. Now, that just applies to everything, and it's kind of annoying. And here I am telling you how annoying it is, like you don't already know it. But somebody's got to do the dirty work, and somebody's got to say it. And here I am to do just that. Now, right? Another long-running franchise, Call of Duty. God forbid you like a game that's not either Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 1, or Modern Warfare 2, the originals. For some reason, people think it's a cardinal sin to like anything after like 2013 in a franchise. It is just wildly ridiculous. Like, my favorite is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. That's my favorite in the franchise. Then I like BO3 second. And then I don't know what I put third, fourth, and whatever, right? For some reason, a lot of people online are like, Black Ops 2 was the best, or Modern Warfare 2 was the best, and it's like, you were like 7, or like however old you were, your life was completely different. You don't like the game more, you like your life more at that time. Like, of course you like your time in your life where you don't have to pay bills or anything, and you just have a bunch of free time, and you have like 12 hours after school to play with all your friends because you're all on at the same time. Like, that's what you like. You don't like the game more. You're just delusional and filled with nostalgia. Now, as someone who doesn't really have that nostalgia for a lot of franchises, like, my nostalgia is for something completely different than the people that are like, oh, this Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed game's the best. And it's because I'm younger than a lot of them. Right? Like I didn't grow up on, I mean, I didn't really grow up on Call of Duty. My first Call of Duty I played like maybe 10, 11? I don't know. I was like 9, 10, or 11. That was the first time I played Black Ops 3. That was my first Call of Duty. My God, Warzone, COVID, greatest time in human history. Right? So that's my favorite. Right? I played Black Ops 2. I played Black Ops 1. I played Modern Warfare 2, the originals. Played Modern Warfare 1. Right? I played the games. And they're obviously not as advanced mechanically as the newer games. And that makes sense, right? And I'm not a guy that's like, oh, newer is always better. I bought a PS3 in like 2020, and I still play it to this day. So, I'm not really bothered by older, right? Some of my favorite games are on the PS3. So, I'm not really like, problematic towards it. But god damn, do some of these people online just grind my gears, crumble my cookies, and I really hope that doesn't sound gay. And that sounds homophobic. I don't have a problem with gay people. Okay, anyways. People online, right? They'll just like share their opinion and think it's important. And because it's shared, it's like, good god, man, just shut up. But then it's just because the algorithms, it's just everybody saying the same damn thing over and over and over again. And I just want to watch my dog videos. I just saw a donkey video today. It was a very nice video. It was just a donkey just like smiling at the camera. I didn't even know donkeys got fluffy, but they did. I think freedom of speech is one of the greatest things to ever grace the world. But not everybody should be exercising their right.
Yeah. The easiest solution to all of this is to make people get tested before they can use the internet, so then that way we don't have a bunch of nonsense and useless, worthless blop